Oh, can't go through here.
We just got another report from one of the growth farms. More dead animals. Bladed backs this time. No signs of injury.
Merciful serpent. Whatever this is, it seems to be spreading. Still no word from the city about a research assistant?
Nothing. And I'm not really surprised in light of recent events.
Be patient, dear. The serpent provides.
Speaking of,
If you hear about the job, you'll
I also wish to be prepared for any situation, but there are practical limits, no?
what do you have right here? Hello, sir.
Hello. Welcome to Hamadi Station. I do hope you're here about the research assistant opening. We haven't had many promising applicants.
By which he means we haven't had any applicants.
Well, yes. Thank you for the painful reminder. Oh, love of my life. I'm Azad Dubas. My wife Shireen and I are scientists. We've been quite busy lately and are greatly in need of some help. We put out a call for a research assistant, but with recent events, we haven't had much luck.
By which he means we haven't had any luck.
This could become tiresome quickly.
So, are you interested in a little field work?
What kind of fieldwork are we talking about?
Gathering data, mostly. Nothing too strenuous, I assure you.
Sure, sounds like a good opportunity to learn more about your world.
Well said indeed. I've always believed that the Great Serpent looks with favor upon those who seek knowledge and enlightenment. My wife and I have been studying a recent and somewhat troubling phenomenon. You see, the local wildlife has been dying, and we're not sure why. The remains show no signs of external injury or trauma, so we can rule out most of the usual causes.
Fighting for dominance or territory, predators, hunters looking for sport, those sorts of things.
We began to see this phenomenon just after the accident in Dazra. We're convinced these events are linked, but the exact nature of the connection remains a mystery.
If that's true, then why aren't people affected?
We don't know that they aren't. For all we know, the same thing is happening to people right now, just more slowly. All the more reason to work with a sense of urgency.
Do you have any evidence to support that theory?
Well, no, not yet. However, I'm confident that the process will prove the hypothesis to be correct.
Sounds to me like you need more information.
An accurate assertion. This is where you come in. I need you to search for corpses of local wildlife and collect tissue samples. I'll give you a biosample collector that will extract and store the samples safely. Try to collect samples from different kinds of creatures. We want to cast a wide net. Return here when you've got them, and we'll begin the analysis.
The prospect of tearing rotten flesh from animal corpses is not what I would call appetizing.
What kind of animals' carcasses am I looking for?
You're looking for creatures without an obvious cause of death. There should be no wounds, no blood, no sign of physical trauma. What we are searching for is an invisible killer.
If I'm going to be poking at dead animals, I expect to be well compensated.
But the search for knowledge is its own reward, my friend. Now go forth and do the good work of science.
Okay, from okay. So I need to go back down. My broken leg. What's going on here? That's one tissue. What am I stuck on?
Welcome back. Did you have any difficulty obtaining those tissue samples?
It's like rotting animal flesh, but I got what you asked for.
You're not wrong about that. Perhaps a hot shower is in order. But first things first. Your arrival is well timed. Some interesting new information has come to light. I'll take those tissue samples, and here's your payment. Shireen, dear, would you tell our dauntless research assistant about the latest news?
With pleasure. I hope you enjoyed your little jaunt into the field because I'll be sending you right back out there.
Ah, fuck.
Some of the local farmers and growth herders have reported seeing unusual plant growth in the area. What's more, none of this unusual growth was seen before the Dazra incident. It's increasingly clear the event affected the ecosystem in some way, but the details elude us.
Do you think there's a connection to the dead creature?
It's possible, but I prefer not to speculate. Better to keep an open mind and let the research tell the tale.
Unusual, how exactly?
A change in appearance, at the very least. It would be difficult and, in fact, irresponsible to leap to any conclusions. If I can get some samples under my microscope, we'll learn much more, I think.
Further study of these unusual plants is clearly in order.
My thinking exactly. You really are cut out for this kind of work. Based on our information, these unusual new strains aren't limited to a specific area. As such, we want to examine samples that come from several different locations. In short, the more data you can provide, the better.
Observe, analyze, hypothesize, and prove. These are the tenets of the scientific method. Without them, we're just fumbling in the dark.
Yes, thank you, dear. You'll have to forgive my husband. He's never fully recovered from his days as a teacher.
Can I use this tissue collector device on the plants?
You can, and indeed you should. The storage tubes built into the device are sterilized and will keep the samples pure. Proper research requires the proper tools.
There's nothing wrong with being enthusiastic about your field.
Agreed. I've always felt sorry for those who can't find work they truly love. The days must feel like sheer drudgery. We'll get to work studying the animal tissue. Now go forth and travel safely.
Mind your surroundings. Even the plants here are dangerous. Mind your surroundings. Even the plants here can be dangerous.
Ah, our roving research assistant returns. I know we've asked you to travel far and wide. Hopefully it wasn't too much trouble.
First dead animals, then digging in the dirt. No wonder you hired someone else.
I just so happen to love digging in the dirt. As for hiring you, well, neither my husband nor I are quite as young as we used to be. I'm afraid our days of trekking across the landscape in search of nature's mysteries are behind us. Here's the payment for those plant samples. I have good news. We've got a strong working theory about what's killing the local wildlife. The tissue samples you collected point to poisoning as the likely cause of death.
Is there enough information to make an antidote?
Far from it, I'm afraid. Even if there were, we'd be treating the symptom without addressing the cause.
Why would someone poison the animals?
Oh, I very much doubt anyone is. There'd be no reason to do so. We depend on these creatures in more ways than one. Also, the incidents are widespread and affecting multiple species. No, I'm convinced this is not the hand of man.
And the mystery is solved.
Hardly. We've only scratched the surface. We need to find out how and why this phenomenon is happening. The evidence suggests that some force is acting on the ecosystem, changing it somehow. We don't yet have the complete picture, but there is one tool left to us. Would you care to explain, my dear?
With pleasure. To aid in our monitoring of local conditions, we designed a multi-function sensor suite. The device records data for weather, atmospheric pressure, radiation,
Airborne particulates, seismic disturbances, gravitic fluctuations.
Could we please move on?
Oh, well, yes, of course. We placed several of these sensors throughout the area. Each device can upload its data to a slate for comparison and analysis.
You can monitor all that stuff with a single device. That's incredible. How many sensors are out there?
There are 4 sensor devices currently deployed in the field. We spread them out to cover the widest possible area.
I can't wait to drag myself all over your desolate planet yet again.
I find it rather beautiful. In any case, this will hopefully be the last of your lengthy excursions into the wilderness. Here, take this. Transfer the data from each of the sensors and then bring the slate back to me. In the meantime, we'll see what we can learn about these unusual plant specimens. We'll solve this riddle yet.
Okay. One. That's 2. That's 3. Number 4.
I find.
Oh, welcome back. Time to see if our sensors can peel back another layer of the mystery. Did you notice anything unusual in the environmental data?
There's something about gravity and issues with the chronometers.
Well, that's certainly not what I was expecting to hear. Now, let's have a look, shall we? Seems mundane enough. Oh, now wait just a moment. As I suspected, the sensors simultaneously recorded a single event that produced very unusual impacts. This is our best glimpse yet into the Dazra accident and how it affected the surrounding environs. How interesting! The chronometer seemed to have gone haywire in all 4 of the devices. Even gravity itself seems to have been briefly altered. Remarkable.
If gravity and time were affected, wouldn't people have noticed?
An astute question. However, I think the answer is no. The readings indicate very subtle shifts that could have gone completely unnoticed. At worst, there might have been a moment of dizziness or a sense of events being a bit earlier or later than expected. Those are hardly uncommon occurrences for most people.
Could these readings be a mistake?
For one sensor, perhaps. For all four? No, it's not possible. As unusual as the readings are, they're accurate.
It sounds like the laws of space and time are affected.
A rudimentary summation, perhaps, but not without merit. Your payment as promised. Now, I'm sure you're wondering what we've learned from the plant tissue samples you brought back.
As a matter of fact, yes.
I thought you might say that. So, it seems that a certain local species of flora has suddenly become extremely toxic. These biochemical changes occurred with incredible speed. Notably, the first sightings of these toxic variants coincide with the incident in Dazra. I'm just not sure how the strange effects of the vortex could cause plants to mutate so rapidly.
By triggering a defensive response. Countless species of fauna have evolved to develop protective mechanisms. Poisonous toxins are among the most common such adaptations.
That's true, but those adaptations evolved over generations across long spans of time. These seem to have appeared in a matter of mere days. That shouldn't be possible.
And yet, the sensors documented fluctuations in the very fabric of space and time. Who's to say what's impossible when the fundamental laws that govern our reality are altered?
Couldn't the toxic plants be dangerous to people too?
No. Well, not fatally, in any case. However, we rely on the local wildlife as a source of sustenance. If the problem is left unchecked, food shortages and eventually starvation could follow.
Shireen, do you remember that experimental compound you were developing?
The one designed to alter plant biochemistry? Huh. Interesting thought. I'd been theorizing about ways to create edible strains of local flora. It's possible I could alter the formula to neutralize the toxins in the affected species.
There is, however, a not insignificant complication.
I knew you were going to say that.
The experimental compound is locked away in cold storage at the botanical facility. I was growing strains of fungus and mushroom there for medicinal use, but we were attacked. A group of pirates called the Crimson Fleet took over the place, forcing us to leave. Pirates. Here, on Varun Kai. I could scarcely believe it.
What would the Crimson Fleet want with the fungus farm?
Mushrooms and fungi can be used to create a wide range of illicit recreational substances. No doubt such products can fetch a high price. I suspect the pirates seized the facility to fund their operation.
I'll get your experimental compound, but I expect hazard pay.
And you have every right to. Rest assured, we'll have the credits ready when you return with that experimental compound. Go with the Serpent's blessing. We'll be waiting for you here.
Right. Oh, great. Way too up there. I can't aim. We're shooting it. Ah. I won't make it. Ow, fucker. Really? Is he still alive? Oh, he's dead.
Extra ammunition is always welcome if they have any.
Lock and load. Ah, forget this. Ah.
There's one guy left, but that doesn't matter. Body's gone. Damn it. Hello, what do we have here? Lubricant, cartridge. I'll take the cartridge. Let's get the compound, get the fuck out of here.
I wonder how many credits it would take to get Crimson Fleet pirates to turn on one another.
Not much.
You got a death wish?
Watch out!
Hostiles in range. System failure.
Credits. Give
The
me.
galaxy needs to come with us, you know.
Take your best shot.
Nice. What do you have? I'm a pack. Nice. What do you have? I need to drink and I need to eat. What's all this? Do I have to go down?
The hell? Nobody did want this. Let's go. Cover me. Wait, what was that?
Oh my god, there's so many of them.
Just getting started. You are mine.
Need to go down. Okay.
I'm going to
Hardy, did you
enjoy
take this
this.
girl down? Whoa, whoa, back up! Huh? Just, Take her down! Ah.
Credits. I'll take that.
We're too close!
Let's go that way. Okay.
Yes! You're coming at you! Ah.
Yeah, go shoot at them. Keep shooting them. Where's his body?
The focus.
Are you prepared to die?
Go this way. We'll go this way. This room. Take it. Alright, lockpick. This is not the way to go. Ah! Wrong way. Stairs.
What? Back up! Back up!
Open fire!
Come on!
Got a refrigerator key. Nice. What else is in here? Research lab. Oh man, in combat. Where's the exit?
No mercy. Fire!
Oh shit.
Take her down.
All right.
Keep a pin. Let's end this. You wanna try that on me? Huh?
Come on.
Finish. We're in a target.
Okay, there's a. He's up there. He's up there. Jeepek, nice.
Profit is never necessarily the aim. It's something big.
Ow, really?
Here. Over here. Oh, this ain't over. That the best you can do? Had enough? Ah.
Romer pack? That's bad. Where's the button? Where's the button?
Remote lab facilities are sometimes set up to engage in activities that are dangerous, illegal, or both.
Well, look who's back. And still in one piece, no less.
Wait, you actually doubted me?
Gathering plants in the wild is one thing, but raiding a pirate base is wholly different. Rest assured, I will never doubt you again.
What do you mean, still in one piece?
I've heard tales about those pirates I don't care to repeat. Suffice it to say, lost appendages and limbs aren't unheard of among those who cross them. That's assuming the stories are to be believed, of course.
But all the corpses I left behind, the fleet's not the only thing that's crimson.
There are times you genuinely frighten me. But I suppose those pirates have done the same, if not worse, to others. The important thing is you're back from another successful task. Here you are. Payment as promised. Did you hear that, love? Our courageous research assistant has delivered yet again.
I never had a shred of doubt. Nothing inspires courage and perseverance like the pursuit of knowledge, I always say.
That is quite literally the first time I've ever heard you say that.
Well, I certainly always think it.
Yes, dear. Of course you do.
As charming as a pair of you are, I have things to do.
Oh, you're very sweet. It really has been a pleasure to work with you. Thanks to you, we not only have the answer to our little mystery, but a path to resolving it. Here's a little something extra for a job well done. Best of luck in your future scientific endeavors.
Oof. That was a mission and a half.